All right, so I have some updates.
All right, what's the update?
Number one, I tried Cane's for the first time today.
How's that one?
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you.
Uh-huh.
The sauce carries.
Yeah, that's what I think so too. At least I think the sauce is pretty much what really carries it on at this point.
I think the chicken is average,
Yeah.
and the sauce carries. I would give it a 7 out of 10, but I don't think legitimately I would go out of my way to eat that again.
Basically like an ongoing thing at that point.
Right.
Understandable at that point.
You get more flavors from like a Popeye's tender or
Or at least any other like different. Yeah, I feel you.
Which is sad for like a chicken specialty place. And I may get flack for this, but like legitimately it was an average chicken tender. The bread was good.
Yeah,
I did the recommended. I did the recommended. I got a caniac combo, which is 6 tenders, and I skipped the slaw. I got double toast. The toast was good. The crinkle fries, I like a good crinkle fry. They weren't bad.
That's always good, at least.
But the chicken was average. I have a second update for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember earlier today, I texted you being like, "Be ready at this time."
Yeah.
So the original intention was because I was just going to kidnap you to go watch Captain America.
I kind of was figuring about that too as well.
But my prior engagement ran longer, which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, that's actually kind of good thing actually. Like, because even when you gave me that update too as well, I was kind of like, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's actually a good thing at that point too as well. So
no, yeah, that went well.
Yeah.
However, let me tell you something.
Uh-huh.
You've watched the trailer for Captain America, right?
At least 2 trailers. The one from the early teaser trailer, and then the Super Bowl trailer, I think.
You've watched the entire movie.
I have not watched anything from the movie at all.
No, I'm telling you, you have watched the entire movie.
Are you serious?
There is nothing more past those trailers that is presented in anything else.
Oof.
I will even say some of the fight scenes are as long as some of the fight scenes in the fucking trailer.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
There's not even a mid-credit scene. There's a weird end credit scene that doesn't explain much. It's super fucking vague. And that's it. That's the entire movie. You can fully skip this one. There's no fucking point.
Well, that's kind of a little bit like disappointing to hear at that point.
Mm-hmm. And then I had to explain to my mom. Oh, by the way, welcome to the the Skillless podcast. My name is Josh, and joining me as always is the wonderful co-host of mine, Seph Luna.
Hello.
We were catching up on some I guess pleasantries.
Kind of, yeah.
Pleasantries. This is pleasantries. We're pre-talking before. We're trying something new.
Yeah, trying something new at least for this episode, if anything.
You've missed nothing, Seph. There's no point. There's no absolute zero shit that there's maybe there's a minor redacted, but this is obvious because of the Phase 6 schedule that is coming out.
Yeah.
That there's nothing. You can skip and wait and go watch Thunderbolts is all I'm saying.
Damn, that is kind of disappointing because I was actually kind of looking forward to this movie too as well.
Like I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Please don't misunderstand.
Yeah.
It's an okay movie. There's like 1 or 2 times I was like, oh, but that was that was about it.
I like it just the way you said, oh.
Yeah. So, do with that information what you will. If you want to go watch it on your free time, please be my guest. I will not go with you on this one because there's no fucking point.
Got it.
But anyway, that's my minor recap. What have you been up to?
From the last time, basically being an adult. Actually, I bought a new dresser yesterday, and also then I bought, or not dresser, fucking bookshelf. I keep saying it's a dresser. I don't know why at this point.
It's a bookshelf.
Yeah, it's a bookshelf. But also then I also bought a stick vacuum too, a cheap one.
What? Oh, like the little. It looks like a Swiffer, but it's just like the block on the bottom's a vacuum. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the one that can also convert into like a handheld vac too.
Right.
Yeah,
I need a small little vac because like my big vacuum for getting under my desk because I am a fucking a pig.
Yeah.
It would be very handy. I've also been doing some housekeeping. I haven't told you about this either. I finally put up all of my Star Wars posters that I've owned for the past 3 fucking years.
Ooh, nice.
And I built a lamp. And let me tell you,
how did that go?
It is a $35 lamp from Amazon that has 3 shelves on it, and it has altered the feng shui of my room in a way that is so beneficial and didn't know that I needed it. I also put one of those like $10 Govee smart bulbs in it so I can just turn it off and on from my phone. And it's just, quality of life improvement has been phenomenal. Did you put anything on your shelf yet?
Yeah, I actually have. I have, as you probably can see, I'm leaning back.
I love it. I love the background content. Perfect. I need the room noise. Please go.
Yeah,
leave this in.
Because I'm literally just leaning back because I don't know what I don't even know what I put on here again. So the first shelf I have actually all my mangoes and stuff. As well
this is you're very Andrew Panton of you, by the way.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, you have manga. Fantastic.
Yeah, I have all my mangas and my figures too as well on the very bottom. And then on the second shelf that I just put up, I have mostly my Blu-rays, DVDs, and Xbox games. That's also on here too.
I miss physical media. Not that like I obviously can't go out of my way to go get it, but
yeah,
most of my Steam games are my Steam games. Oh. I hung out with Lacey a little bit last night because we were watching
Bridgerton.
Yeah, I was watching Bridgerton, which is fantastic. I get to channel my inner girl.
Yeah.
No. God, it's worse. It's so much worse because we were all. I hate to say it, like the women in that show are pretty attractive, but like it's a weird borderline because they portray women that are like 16 because back in like Elizabethan times they were considered like
adult.
To be exactly like you were to meet your husband at a younger age, even though all of those actresses are like in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah,
regardless, this isn't even my problem with it.
Go on.
I swoon over the men in that show more than the women because they are just so fucking attractive. They need to put like a warning on there because the 3 of us were almost fogging up that goddamn windows in that small ass living room apartment of Ari's because of those goddamn attractive, gorgeous men. Like Jonathan like not even 30 minutes into the show, maybe even 15, Jonathan Bailey, who's like one of my favorite voice actors as well as actors now.
Yeah.
It's just having sex. It's just completely naked. And then they introduce you to the fucking the Duke of Hastings, and he's just this gorgeous ass man, and like he's shirtless in like 3 fucking scenes in the first 2 episodes. And it's just like, God damn. I get it. They are hot. It's also a show tailored towards a female demographic. Yeah. But my God, is my sexuality ever questioned watching that fucking show?
Hey Josh, you mind wiping your lips a bit?
Yeah, the spittle.
Yeah, I can hear a little spittle coming out from you from like talking about it.
The drool is. I'm just drenched. My shirt is just.
Yeah.
A cesspool. But no, we were watching Bridgerton, and where was I going with this? Oh, right. So, do you know about the new Steam sharing update that has happened semi-recently?
I have heard about Steam sharing, but I have not heard anything recently about it.
So they did an update to Steam Families where you can add up to 6 people into your family group, and they can just download and play your games whenever you want.
Oh, nice!
Having you to be online in any capacity. Now,
so basically, like Xbox. So basically, like Xbox home consoles, basically.
Correct. Yeah. So, like you can't play the same games at the same time.
Of course, yeah.
I was able to share my library with my wonderful best friend Lacey, and I don't know if she accepted it, which is actually why I'm bringing this up because I have not been home all goddamn day. But I invited her. So that was another update that's going on. Other than that, I think the main thing that we are talking about today, and please correct me if I am wrong, is we finished campaign 1.
Yeah, we finished our main campaign about let's see. This is February 16th. We're recording on. So about the beginning to
about a month ago.
Just about a month ago. If anything, it's about the first or second. No, the second week of. Yeah, the second week of January, which was be January 8th, because was it January 8th or no? Because
it was around the beginning of January. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember because New Year's Day was exactly the 8-hour combat, almost 9-hour combat that we had fighting against Tiamat.
Yeah, did I underestimate that? Well, let's start there.
Yeah.
I had prepared like 6 hours of combat. I thought it was going to be super fucking easy. Oh boy, was I wrong. That was almost a 10-hour session of just a bloodbath of you all getting to your final fights, rescuing Estrella, powering your way through 20 feet of battle mat, which shout out to that company. To I think it's Infinity Dungeons is what it's called.
Yeah.
I'll if I have to edit a correction here, I will. It's Infinite Dungeons, I'm sorry. And that 20-foot battle mat of just you powering through a fucking city in order to save your friend, and then also stop Tiamat once and for all, which kudos to all of you for successfully surviving said fight.
Oh yeah.
That was a 10-hour endeavor, and I would do it all over again because it was so much fun watching you all on the edges of your seats trying to strive for greatness and success and fear of death. I'm jonesing over here. It's good.
Yeah, the fact that this session alone, we decided to do an early start to it too, because we somehow managed to get it to where it's like at the New Year's Eve where everybody was off early or didn't have any jobs at all to work. So we started we were originally going to try to start at 2:30, but then most of us were kind of like at Esteban's place to celebrate New Year's Eve and everything too as well, which we did. And then was it Ari and Chris left early, about like maybe 1 to 2-ish, quote on early.
I mean, for New Year's, that's fairly early, I think.
Yeah. And then after that, I know me, Lacey, and Esteban and Willie, we all stayed and watched 2 movies. What was it? What did we watch? I can't remember what the first movie was, and I think the second movie was Mean Girls. I think I remember at that point too. And I know like at a certain point, I think we all started falling asleep during Mean Girls too as well. So then we all went back to our respective areas and then basically like rested up. And I think it was you, Josh, that texted in saying that like, hey, do you want to push this back to 3:30? And literally, like we all kind of decided, yeah, which we kind of actually needed that extra hour.
I figured as much, just because I don't even remember why I had to push it back. But I was like, I'm 99%. I think it's because who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody, and I was like, I bet you fucking Esteban's still asleep, because Esteban is a very gracious person who lets us, have a campaign at his house. I'm forever grateful.
Yeah, thank you, man.
But I think he fucking slept until 5 ever.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's fine. Man, did I not realize we needed that extra hour, because we pushed it from like 3 to midnight, and it was fucking gnarly. But it was great. It was fantastic. And then we the week after, we had a wrap-up session where
basically an epilogue.
We tied up a lot of loose ends. You don't know this, but I have been scheming.
Oh, I'm afraid of what's going to be happening in the side story.
It's probably not going to happen for a couple months, because
of course, yeah.
I'm in retirement right now.
Yeah.
I am enjoying what's about to happen in our next campaign or current campaign.
I can't wait, especially for Tuesday. When Tuesday comes, that's going to be so much fun at that point.
But I did have a great idea, and I'm going to all I will say, and the only people who will know this is the people who listen to this podcast, so kudos to you to listening.
Thank you for listening.
I'm going to make a physical entity, and at some unknown point in the future, I am going to hand it to each and every one of you. And the session that would be like next in like whatever upcoming week will be the one shot.
Oh, okay.
You won't know when. You won't know why. All I will say is essentially you will be receiving a physical invitation. I have already started researching and like looking up some stuff. I'm gonna write them by hand and even like get little wax seals on them.
Ooh, you're
but
going
you won't
all
know.
out on this.
Oh, 100%. Because you all defeated Tiamat, yes. I just feel bad because you all reached level 20 and haven't been able to use your level 20 characters.
Yeah.
So this will be that opportunity. So at some point in the future, just keep an eye out for a physical invitation from me, and then probably be very, very, very afraid of what I have planned.
Oh, I'm very afraid already at this point.
As you should be. Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay, I shouldn't say that because right now you are. Don't forget, ever gracious dungeon master. You're cooking, and you're cooking really hard, and I'm scared because all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I need to do a one shot with you and Redacted, so we can tie up what your plans are for the next like couple sessions. And me and Redacted are very, very fucking terrified.
I know, because it's funny thing too, because I didn't think like I was like really like kind of like into it, or like I didn't think I was that menacing too, especially from this last session that happened. Like, especially with you guys been telling me that like you guys were scared in there too when I was monologuing and stuff like that as well. So I kind of was just like just thinking about it, I was kind of just being character at that point too of what happened. And basically, I kind of was thinking about it, and I didn't really pay no mind of it. I was literally just because even then you could tell like when I was like talking to Demetrius or Bebos at that point, I basically was just kind of focused on him, like as if like I was like basically being the character talking to him in that one special moment at that point too, and just hearing your guys' reaction to like how scared you guys were as well to like how like into it you guys were too as well. I was like, huh, I didn't think I actually did that bad of a job then at that point.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. And like I like taking I give you a ride to and from, or normally like back home.
Yeah.
So we get to recap a little bit in like just sidebar about our plans or like what I want to do for my character and stuff like that. Let me tell you, Seph, you when you started monologuing for that individual like up top,
yeah,
there were glances across the table from like me to Demetrius to Lacey to Chris that were just like, this motherfucker's monologuing. This motherfucker is scary. I've never seen Seph so serious, and like I'm fucking at the edge of my seat because of my bum leg and the fear of what you are doing. And it was great. It was fantastic. So kudos and hats off to you, because that was I am very afraid of our future and my future.
Yeah,
as I should be. I think it's fair.
Especially after like how many years that you've been doing that to me too as well, as a main campaigner too.
Yeah, my retirement isn't all that's cooked out to be. 'Cause it's atonement more so than anything else.
Jesus. Yeah, because I'll tell you though, I like because even I was like messaging, because I'll give you this one. 2 people from our party sent me the same exact fucking thing. The same exact video, which had the theme of what is going to be happening soon. I couldn't say what was happening at that point, because I know, depending on how quick I edit this one, it's going to reveal a lot, and the fact that it's scary to think how that almost in thought everybody is at this point too, and what like the
really
I'll send it to you later, but it's scary the fact how that 2 separate people managed to send me the within an hour of each other too. It was within an hour of each other, and the fact too that one of them was from a Facebook video, the other one was from an Instagram video.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it was the exact same video that literally described it. It's it's something, I'll tell you that much. So yeah, it's kind of scary to think like that they have some idea what's going to be happening, but I wouldn't say some idea, but it's like something that like feel like can be brewing at this point that they don't know what's going to happen, but something brewing.
Oh,
so it's kind of
I'm
scary.
very sus about like what Chris is up to, and I don't expect you to tell me.
Yeah,
but like we have been pondering as like outside entities if it has something to do with his previous character wanting to become a fucking pirate and conveniently named Barbosa. But again, that's just hearsay. I'm very concerned with whatever in the flying fuck you are cooking with Esteban and him wanting to, especially in his dialogue with understanding that my deity is not actually my deity and his ties to his church. Especially when I'm assuming his previous character in my campaign wanted to achieve godhood. So there's just like a lot of the campaign ending was a blessing and a curse.
So to give everybody context, because we kind of went past the epilogue and basically we went straight into like Spelljammer talk. But the main what happened at the end of the main campaign, as Josh said earlier, we did tie up a lot of loose ends, and we also somehow managed to tie it to basically Spelljammer at this point. That was the very beginning of the academy and of the whole campaign, starting on to what I was doing at this point. So from what Josh is saying, that like we managed to tie a lot of stuff that like that ended on his campaign, but also then reflecting into the basically future, which is my campaign right now. And the fact that like everybody's been giving me ideas. I've been going back and forth between, as I said, Esteban, Chris, you, and Lacey, and even a little bit of Demetrius. But with me and Demetrius has been more of like the sessions and everything that's been going on at that point too as well. But with everybody giving me their own ideas, and now like I have a clear vision of what I can form and everything too. Because before the main campaigns like ended and everything, I kind of had a vague idea of like what's everything going on. But once the main campaign ended, at this point, oh boy, dude, that unleashed like
it was a catalyst.
Yeah, it unleashed like
what, like everyone was like, oh, now that this has happened, all of a sudden everyone's backstories were flushed for Seph's campaign.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh god, I now have to deal with the consequences of these actions because I am now a player in this.
Yeah, like you have no control over this story right here.
No, I just have to fucking sit down and shut the fuck up and take it.
Take it like a bitch you are.
Yes, daddy. So,
oh man.
But it's good. We had a great epilogue for campaign. I made sure that everyone had their time to really like flush out what they wanted to do. There's a couple of loose ends that need to be tied up, but again, that's for that one shot in the future. But I think overall, I had a very bittersweet moment of leaving that DM side of the table. And passing on the torch to you, my friend. But I wouldn't change it for the world. It was great. It was everything I wanted and more. The only thing that I would change, and I love him to death, but I will kill him in a heartbeat.
Willie
is fucking Willie ruining all of those like really heartfelt moments with just chime-ins, and I just like, you little fucking cockwad. I will fucking end you right here and now. But it is what it is.
He did that twice too. That's a funnier part as well.
I know,
like in two different sessions.
It has been boiling my blood ever since.
Oh man, yeah, that that main campaign was really fun, and the fact too that this was probably my first like fully finished campaign because I know we tried 2 times beforehand, and then the 2 times I couldn't really much do it, or I did get a good amount of it done, or we did like a good amount of time before COVID when Demetrius, Willie, and Esteban were living in the other house across the town.
Yeah.
But I kind of stopped it after like because ironically I'll tell you though I wasn't really into it at that point too as well. So I kind of, because also I was like getting really tired from work. We were always doing it like after I got off of work and stuff like that too, and basically after all that too. But also then like once that kind of ended, we also had the pandemic happen too, and we tried a little like a Rick and Morty one shot after that too as well. And then I don't know, I think like after the pandemic and just everything happening, like also then like kind of getting really more into the stories and stuff, I kind of really got into it. at that point, especially with it being my own character too as well. Like throughout the whole like 4 years that we've done and everything too, is like it's very, very like it's kind of crazy just kind of to think that we spent like 4 years on the story and we still have like certain stuff to like kind of do on there, as well as like it's kind of continuing into the current campaign we have currently going on right now.
I'm so glad that like everyone, because that was the hard part of starting campaign 1, was because it was everyone's first time playing Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of people didn't know like how to make a backstory for D&D. So it was just a lot of just like, oh, this is so and so, this is so and so, and this is so and so. And I would just have to build a world around it. But you have this benefit and boon that these people have experienced past lives before and want to now build upon the world that I have built, which is a great privilege and joy to me. And I'm sure it makes life way easier for you because you have had this evil fucking little smile about you since campaign 1 ended. And I just see that little flicker of evil light coming from your eyes. And I'm like, oh, I miss when I had that. I get it though.
Yeah. It's just the fact that like I have, I guess, as I said, it was hard to like establish it and also kind of make it into my own thing because I was originally doing it from the book itself too, from the main campaign, or not from the main campaign, but from the actual official Spelljammer book, as well as the because I was originally gonna have it go from the Spelljammer Academy straight into the Light of Xeris campaign too, but I kind of felt like the way it felt like it was going at this point, it kind of felt a little too fast, especially because like you guys kind of leveled up pretty quickly because of how the book has it explained. Since it basically was just going from academy to everything like that too. That's why I kind of really like slowed down the level up right now to almost a crawl at this point, just to enjoy the story and the fact too that like now everything from this point on, or basically everything after you got from the academy at this point, is basically just my own storytelling at this point too as well, which is also the one thing I love the most too as well. Like I'll admit I have actually created a story beforehand. I actually have wrote almost like a little mini book kind of. I think it's about like 23 pages or something like that too, I want to say. Mm-hmm. That I kind of made, just is mostly more on feelings that when I was feeling at that point too as well. So I have made at least my own stories, but also then like over time I have like wrote like little short stories, like especially if I start listening to like music, I made like 2 short stories from listening to music, as well as like even have one that was like mostly time coded too, to where like this time to this time is what I imagine how the scene would be, and basically kind of like that too as well. But also then like I'll admit though too as well, like it happened maybe recently, like especially like maybe within the past year, I've been wanting to kind of do more voice acting too as well, or kind of like be more in character too as well. So having to do the whole DM stuff and everything too, like made me able to like really like get into character, get focused on what I want to see and what I want to do, what I want you guys to feel at this point. It just makes it so like good to actually be able to put a story that everybody's interested in at this point, and also then experience just the emotions I want them to try to feel, almost like a little bit of like a puppet master, if anything I could say.
It's I'll tell you the term for it. It's a god complex.
Okay, yeah,
it is 100% a god complex, and it is fantastic. There is nothing wrong with it being a god complex.
Yeah,
just
especially with this, especially with DMing, it's like, oh, it feels so good. Like especially just seeing the pure reactions you guys get just from certain stuff, as well as like certain references I give out to you as well from the past couple of sessions. It was maybe even laughed to you as well. Like like the freaking shopkeeper and freaking the other team that
you've been on this like fucking WWE kick, and it has been fantastic.
Because
we've just been, oh boy, oh yeah, oh my god, it's just
gotta rise from the queen from the top.
Oh my god, everyone's just been laughing. I'm watching you evilly puppeteer everything that's going on. It's great. We're all having a good time. So
yeah,
I'm very excited for the future. Possibly in the future, we might have a couple people on who want to chat some D&D.
Ooh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Which is why we're gonna have to try to get more mics at least. And as I said before, I want to try Audacity, see if that might work. But if not, I know Streamlab OBS can actually also dual record two mics setting too as well.
Oh.
Yeah, because I did try it before, and actually somehow it does work because that's also then with Audacity or with the Streamlab OBS, that's how I was able to get like recordings on it where I have multiple tracks of it, and I can control each individual tracks like Discord, the game audio, and then my audio.
Actually, I was gonna bring up a fucking idea. This is gonna turn into essentially a sausage talk. Do you know what sausage talk is?
Oh yeah, I listen to the sausage talk.
So, for context, Sausage Talk is where we listen to a regulation podcast from ex Rooster Teeth employees. And Sausage Talk is when they talk about like the business part of things. So I was actually going to talk to you about something. I know that I think it's DJI makes like a wireless lav set.
Okay.
Where it's just like 2 or 3 of them that transmit into one transmitter.
Yeah.
Just to make things easy and we don't have to fucking lug around equipment everywhere. And my quality is it's pretty fucking good. So I will look into that.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, that was something I want to talk to you about.
Well, yeah, because I'll tell you though, like especially from our last time we tried to do with the mixer and stuff like that too, that one was a pain in the ass to edit. Especially with the just like because that was the supplemental, the first supplemental that we did was basically like was that testing that we did with the mixer and stuff like that too, where feed in like 2 mics into one audio. That was a bitch on its own because also then the fact that like both of our voices bled into each other's mic too as well. So I couldn't really much like couldn't get rid of the audio from both me or Demetrius's mic at that point too as well. So that's why I kind of wanted to try a separate audio tracks, like because it at least helps me more with the editing as well as like able to isolate, like especially if we hear something that's kind of a little bit off. But also then ironically too that like the double layer audio from each other's mics also does help me a bit with syncing too as well, because at least then I could sync up the audio perfectly at that point too as well.
Yeah. So we'll look into some options because it would definitely be cool to have some additional voices with us.
Yeah, especially if we try to do the D&D wrap up stuff too as well, like to have it with different like people and their experiences as well. Like it'd be very good to hear from what they think about it and like what they basically think about like the current campaign too as well.
So yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm down.
What else do I wanted to talk to you about something else, and I don't. Oh, yes, I do. Seph, are you ready to really dive in deep here?
I'm hoping so. I don't know to what, but yeah, I'm hoping so.
So Seph and I have started 2 minor projects. We have actually gotten back into playing Grand Theft Auto 5. I know. I can't fucking believe it. Your boy and I have been heisting, which we need to finish.
And mind you, this is like after 5 years of us actually not playing it too as well.
Oh yeah, I don't know why, but we.
Well, remember you also like had your account transferred to PlayStation. And you had to revert it back
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what? I will give credit where credit is due, and this is a rare fucking thing for me. Shout out to Rockstar, because I thought my fucking character was long gone because I originally played on Xbox 360, then I played on Xbox One, and then we hadn't played it for that long duration. And I had a couple of PS5 friends that were like, hey, we'll play with you, and then never fucking did. So I transferred for nothing. And I was like, fuck, my probably 1,000-hour account is locked onto PlayStation. Nope. You just submit a fucking ticket to Rockstar. They absolutely just ask, hey, are you sure you want to do this? You hit yes. And then all of a sudden, my character's back in business, baby. And we are fucking golden pony boy. I am so goddamn happy to have my character back.
Mind you, it wasn't a couple thousand hours. It was it was like over 10 years worth of content that.
Yeah, exactly.
That basically, because we both started like right when GTA Online started at this point, back in 2013, literally back then, like the fact that they unlock or where they basically released the story mode of the story of GTA 5, and then there was like the period where they actually had to set up all the servers or they wanted everybody to enjoy the story beforehand before they go into the online part, which was kind of pretty crazy to really think about it too, because that'd be basically like Halo if they just release a story mode and then wait like almost 2 weeks to unleash the multiplayer part at that point too as well.
Yep.
And that was kind of still kind of really like a unique experience to GTA 5 at that point too, because you don't really think of any other games that has that like specific like release schedule like that too.
Oh no, it's wild for sure.
Yeah.
So the heisting, we've gotten back into some heisting.
I've
We've
been
got some
recording
pretty
them.
baller fucking cars now. Oh yeah, check it out on the channel. I totally forget.
I need to edit them.
Oh, okay. Check them out in the future. By the time this episode gets put up in 2 months, we'll be.
I mean, I'm trying to get this one at least out by this month. As I said, one of my goals is to get at least like at least for us to at least get an episode per month, so we don't have it end up like to where like we've been gone for a year and have to recap all that at that point.
Yeah,
too,
we did the long sleep once. We're good.
We don't want to go on hibernation again.
No, as much as your boy desperately needs a nap.
Not to mention too that like everybody else been actually been asking, which is surprisingly too as well. Everybody's been asking us about like, hey, when's your next episode's coming out too as well, which kind of interesting just hearing that again too as well.
Yep, it's nice.
Yeah.
And the other thing we have been delving into, and I'm so goddamn ready for it to fully release. You know what I'm about to say. It is Monster Hunter.
Oh,
let me tell you,
baby.
This beta is a little buggy, which I understand. It doesn't reflect the full game. But my God, do those hunts feel good.
It really does, especially for me. Like, I've been removed from Monster Hunter World, which I actually have the case up on my bookshelf. I've been so removed from it that I kind of forgot how to Monster Hunter. But even then, there's like I almost like going back into it, almost like fresh new
riding
eyes.
a bike.
Yeah. But also learning like new ways to like actually work it because the weapons, because I use 2 different weapons on Monster Hunter World, which was the light bowgun and the heavy bowgun. And what's the chronic like unique thing to this game is that you can actually have both weapons on there too as well, as like a primary and secondary weapon too, which is pretty interesting at this point, especially like having both of them at the same time. It's kind of really weird at this point, but also like feels refreshing too as well, especially when you need the exact ammo type that you need at this point too.
Yeah, I don't see myself switching weapons mid-fight, but like, going from one fight to another, I would understand the need to have that secondary there. And it saves time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Although I have found myself using the bow more than anything now, because that bow got a sweet, sweet, sweet buff.
I think
it just so good.
I think I know of a reason why they did that too, because I remember it could be also good for you later on with the bow hunter too, because remember back in Worlds, when you start getting down to the tech tree and stuff, it'll start branching off into different weapon types too as well. So I think that's part of the reason why they have that. So like you can go onto 2 different hunts or 2 different like or go onto multiple hunts to where like it's these weapons
I didn't even consider that. I wonder if you can do that. I'm sure you can put 2 of the same weapon, but with different element types on them.
I would think so, like, cause I know that would have helped me out a lot, especially during the during planning phase too as well. Like we could go, like when you have to hunt multiple monsters in the same time limit too as well. So
sure.
Yeah, so you can like get like 2 different type of like bows, like weapons on it too, to correlate to both monsters at that point too as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, that's one thing I thought that could be very useful in that one, if anything too.
No, I didn't even think about that. That's smart though.
Yeah,
you're probably right. I'll definitely probably do that because I am now a permanent bow user in this game. God, my DPS has fucking increased substantially, and it's just so good.
Right, I know. Like I'm back to my old bowgun, light bowgun and heavy bowgun user at this point too.
Yeah.
The one gripe though I have to admit is the fucking dodge mechanic on my thing. Because I tried dodging one way, I ended up stepping back to the other side. Like I'm trying to go like if I'm trying to like run backwards from the camera and I'm trying to dodge to like if I'm looking at towards the camera, my character trying to dodge to the left of his side.
You know what you need to do?
Uh-huh.
There's a camera setting that auto targets whatever you're fucking looking at.
Oh, I do have that off, like, or I have it to where like it's I think like my character will, or I have it to where my camera will move away from the or my character will move away from the camera. But also, it's the fact too that like I still am trying to figure out the camera or the controls too as well, because I'll end up pressing the left bumper like multiple times trying to like sheath my weapon, but it ends up auto targeting the enemy instead.
Do you manually sheath your weapon?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's how you do it because you.
No, I just click sprint.
Oh, mine's I can literally run and still like run with it too as well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, no, I have my sprint toggle to like sheath weapons so I can like quickly get out of there, and two, pop a potion because every monster hates me.
Oh no, you got to see it from my angle at this point, like, or at least from my camera view, because it's also like it's one thing too, like you can see how each and every one of us like planet, especially with our buddy Dom too as well, like because he's a charge blade user, right? I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Blade?
Oh yeah,
Something
Switchblade.
like
Yeah.
Switchblade. Yeah, they're good. God, the name schemes are so confused. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's kind of interesting seeing all of our like battle styles at this point too as well. So it's kind of very interesting, especially like as I said, like with mine, like I do like mine's automatically sheath when I do run, but there's sometimes where I literally just have to like manually like sheath it my own and then start running, because I have to have that time to where like when I manually sheath it, I can easily pull up my hold the right bumper to like scroll through my potions, or scroll up and down for my ammo type too as well, because you can hold a bunch of ammos and you have to switch to the right ammo type to actually load it into the gun. Or not load into the gun, but to kind of like get to the right ammo type that you want at this point.
Right.
But yeah, very fun though. If anything, the freaking game.
No, I'm so excited. I cannot wait for the full release. I'm going to devote unhealthy amounts of time to that game.
I know. I'm. Still
it'll be nice just not to do the same 5 goddamn fights over and over again. Like I get it's a beta, but my god.
And the fact that you can't upgrade either too.
I know, the cuckery is real. God.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, especially like in Monster Hunter World, when you upgrade your bow guns and when you actually can get actual upgrades into it, you can also like lessen up the recoil on it too with modifications and stuff like that too. Because there's certain fucking ammo types that I was like, my god, can I just shoot multiple of them at the same time at this point, like one after another, instead of having the recoil hit me hard on this point. But yeah, it's so much fun. Can't wait for that to come out.
Sorry, speaking of Dom was texting me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he messaged me too as well.
Oh, yeah. But oh god, I will admit it has been nice. Like, I've known Dom via you for a long time, but like this game has bonded that friendship tenfold.
Right?
To where like I need my boys and we need to fucking play, and I cannot wait for the 28th because I'm gonna go pick up my physical copy, and go get it. Although I'm concerned, I haven't talked to you about this yet. I don't think yet. So this is some new news. Do you know about all of the GameStop closures that are happening in our city?
I remember you guys were talking about it during Erica's like kid's birthday party. Like I heard a little bit about it. There's more.
So they originally closed my store that I got hired at, San Mateo, Montgomery. They closed Zuni and San Mateo, and they closed Bernalillo.
The one in out bumfuck nowhere near Santa Ana?
Correct. Now they closed Rio Rancho and Academy as of like this week as well.
Oh, shit. Damn.
So there's 5 stores that have shut down in the fucking Albuquerque area. Granted, all of those, like 2 of those stores are really low performing stores because one, they're out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
The other ones are in very crime ridden areas.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense, but it's so crazy to think that just like, let's just shut down 5 fucking stores in 2 months.
Basically at that point, yeah,
and call it good. If you're not a $1 million store, you're just essentially getting shut down.
Basically, right.
So yeah, I was just in shock. Like my old stomping grounds. We used to both work at GameStop temporarily, so like there's some fond memories there. But yeah, it's the digital age is shutting down those physical stores. Although I don't think GameStop needs to stay alive because now they just sell more collectibles than anything else. But
and trading cards too.
Oh, that's right. They do, in fact, sell trading cards.
Yeah, and
for
also,
not bad prices. I've actually looked into it.
Yeah.
It's very competitive with like eBay's prices on a lot of those things. I don't know about purchasing wise, but selling wise, absolutely.
That's pretty interesting. That's actually pretty interesting right there.
I thought about just buying like dumb shit slabs just to have like dumb shit slabs.
Yeah.
Do I need like a fucking PSA 9 common? No. Would it be funny to have for $5? Absolutely. Fuck
Right?
yeah. I'm gonna carry around a little briefcase and be like, I got slabs. I'm just not gonna show you them because they're fucking dog shit, but I got slabs.
Right? Like I have something to show at least.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh man, that's crazy though too.
No, way of the dog, man.
Mm-hmm.
Way of the dog.
Oh, you know what's funny thing too? Like, also I was gonna like, rolling back early on. I do recommend the Dirt Devil, vacuum cleaner, the stick vacuum cleaner.
Oh right,
Yeah, because I was gonna try to give it to you, but then we went off on a tangent or like to the whole
That's
point.
just how it goes.
Yeah, because it's only like $55. It's actually pretty good, and it actually caught up. Like I actually cleaned my floors, like, and this was only on my floors too. Like I gotten so much like pet hair I didn't know I had on here. I was like, God damn, I didn't know I had this much pet hair in my room at this point too.
Oh, it like seeps into the carpet, and
Yeah.
it's just
So at least, but yeah, like that one I do recommend as well. And also then, ironically, I did see a movie I think 2 weeks ago that it's a very interesting movie because ironically I never heard of it. But also then it came out that day of too because I was waiting for David to pick me up as well. And it's very interesting. It's called Love Me, I want to say. Let me pull it up.
Oh, you were telling me about this a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie called Love Me. It stars. Hold on, where the fuck is the cast member? There you go. It stars Steven Yeun and Kristen Stewart. And basically, it's about this buoy on planet Earth and a satellite that rotates around the Earth, and the fact that this buoy kind of like, and they're both like, it's basically like almost thousands of years at this point after the Earth like lost, or after the humans went extinct and everything like that too. This buoy comes out basically like kind of figure out what's going on because it's got its own usual programming, and basically like it got in contact of the satellite, and the buoy's Kristen Stewart, and then the satellite Steven Yeun, and they basically kind of like the buoy first tried to talk to the satellite this point, but because of it being a non-organic thing, the satellite kind of like just says, all right, goodbye, and just leaves. And basically it tries to become a bit more organic or like be more lifelike at this point.
No.
And basically it's like, the overall story is basically like AI is trying to learn about being human at that point too. So like kind of being more humanity at this point. Because it's funny thing too, because like Kristen Stewart kind of like the buoy like trying to copy off a YouTube channel that was basically like a husband and wife at that point too as well, and basically modeled her herself as the wife and everything too, which then they caused to like which then caused both of them to like kind of like start role playing as those two. But then the satellite actually starts to kind of be more self-aware than she is, by basically saying like, why are we doing this, or should this be fun, or kind of like, you know, be more human, like why are we doing this, like kind of thing. No. And basically like on that point too is like it's a very interesting story. Like I kind of would recommend just watching it at least one time through, because it's very interesting, and it actually goes as far as the death of the planet when it becomes a red giant, and it's almost like a satisfactory ending too as well from the way how it goes. But it's a very interesting, like I would say, sci-fi romance story at this point between two AIs trying to become human, or trying to learn the human way, or like humanity at this point.
No, that's cool though. Hell
yeah. But yeah, it's
mentioned some good things about it, and I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah. Oh, also another update too as well. In my work life, last week was a doozy.
I'm excited for you to get into this because you explained. I haven't talked to you fully about it yet.
Yeah.
All I know is that it was a clusterfuck.
Yeah. So basically, this was during Super Bowl weekend. So basically, our supervisor wasn't here at this point because she was going out on a little vacation, like a weekend vacation at that point too. So basically, we did our usual thing. We kind of left. We did all of our stuff. We remembered to lock up everything and then shut off the lights and stuff like that too. So over the weekend, we don't know when that happened, but one of the old sprinklers, which also apparently was an illegal sprinkler too, because it was actually the sprinkler was inside the wall at that point too as well.
What?
Yeah. So because I guess the way they made the drywalling and stuff like that too went in, like it was one of the I think 5 illegal sprinklers that was in there that managed to like be inside the wall at this point too. And this is I guess apparently this is the 3rd time it happened in that building. I was there only for 2 times, which one of them was the first time I was there for it was above the office area where it like got mostly wet in there. The second time is the one that I'm talking about right now, which is the one that broke in our stockroom, which happened to be over my desk area at this point. And the fact that it flooded everything, and which was the shittier part too, that like I was ready to release a kit at this point too. Is basically like get like one of the products and then give it to the floor for them to work on. I was so ready for it. I just needed to take out the boards and basically put it in a kit and basically give it to them. From what my team lead told me, and then basically, of course, I'll get to it in a second. But basically, like we had a good Super Bowl weekend, which was pretty awesome to see the Chiefs get their ass handed to them. And as I've been telling almost every fucking fall season, they're the luckiest, worst team ever to have ever won the fucking get to the freaking Super Bowl at this point. Everybody fucking doubted me, or everybody fucking like even said that too as well. They said like, no, they're that good, and like and even then like everybody can see it. It's like how stuck up your ass are they at that point that yeah. So but yeah, we saw them get their ass handed to them, saying that they should have no. I still want a fucking Bills game at that point. Bills versus the Eagles, or if not Bills and Lions game, Super Bowl. I've been hoping for that.
I'd love it. I would love to watch fucking Josh Allen just like kick some ass.
This is the 2nd year in a row I got denied that fucking opportunity at this point. But I mean, yeah, because the Buffalo Bills ones was basically taken from them by force from the Chiefs and the refs. But the Lions, though, that one was a big upset, though, too, especially with them against the Commanders. That one, I was not expecting them to lose against the Commanders at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had the whole, like, Super Bowl thing. Literally, I was getting up Monday morning, getting up ready for work, checking the time and stuff like that, too. I just get a message saying that, like, hey, the stockroom got flooded with the broken sprinkler. Please do not come in today. And we'll keep you updated. Kind of thought nothing about it. I was like, okay, cool. I got a day off at this point. Kind of woke up later. I was like thinking about it. I was like, fuck, I hope that thing was not over my desk at this point. That'd be some shit at this point.
And sure as shit.
Yep, basically sure as shit. Got the message saying like, hey, you come in at regular time tomorrow. We're gonna do a lot of cleanup. Literally fell asleep. Woke up the next day. Came in to work. Literally all I hear is nothing but fans. And see a bunch of our like freaking wire racks outside, like, and even my chair too, and my buddy's chair with our smocks on the chair trying to dry out at this point too as well.
You just gave me PTSD inadvertently.
Really?
There was a situation when I worked at Target where the water fountain that was by the customer bathroom was leaking and got to the floor.
Oh no.
And it soaked the entire entryway to Target. And I just remember those giant fucking fans, and Scott, our fucking maintenance dude, was just he had a real bad day.
I'm sure, yeah. But yeah, like literally I saw that, I was like, oh well, that's not good sign. Walked in to see a bunch of like fucking like fans blowing air, trying to dry it out. And then all of a sudden, like walking near, going towards my desk area, I see half of my desk not there. I see my cabinet that I usually put my stuff in there, like pushed to the side too as well. And I kind of saw how badly my area was, because this was bad to the point where even the drywall peeling paint on the side was basically like there was like stuff peeling off from the walls at that point too.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was pretty bad because even then my computer got soaked, my buddy's computer got soaked, so did our monitor and all. And even funny too because our IT person Michelle, she said like even like after a day or like after like blowing in the wind, she literally picked up the keyboard, pulled it upside down, and literally still had water in it, just like rushing out of it too as well.
My God.
Yeah, that's how bad and because even then like the bins that that had my kitten that I was about to release. Apparently, from what my supervisor said, that everything was floating. All the parts in it was floating in the bin. And that's how bad it was, too. It's insane how bad that whole stockroom was, too. So literally this whole past week, we've been dealing with, like, trying to get that parts dried out. Hopefully that everything works right. Freaking pretty much cleaning my area. Pretty much, blessing in disguise, though, me and my buddy got new computers, which is so much more faster compared to what we were running. Because we were running a Lenovo's freaking PC workstations.
Yeah.
And these ones were hard drive based. They weren't SSD.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. So we actually have like smaller computers that were SSD now. So my computer boots up stupid quickly at this point too as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So basically, but yeah, pretty much like everything was soaked, and the fact that like I literally because I usually wear headphones to like listen to podcasts and music and stuff like that too as well. The point where I actually had to turn up the volume on my phone as well as like put my headphones over fully on my ear because I always have it half off. I have it fully on now. At the point that's how loud it was too as well. Like it's insane. Even then, like on Friday, we actually like they started turning off the fans in the other technically my other desk area. And I was like thinking about it, I was like, man, it's really quiet in here now. Holy shit. No wonder why these fans were loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much like we had to like spend PTO time on Monday. Although they said that we could spend 4 hours on Monday and then do a full day on Friday, which is basically what I did. Everybody else kind of left because it was of course Valentine's Day, and of course I had not shit to do. But ironically that we left still an hour early because the last person left around like 3-ish. And basically it was no point of staying in the stockroom if we weren't going to like, if we didn't have any jobs to do or if we weren't going to even service anybody on the floor too. So basically we still got an hour early at that point too. But yeah, that basically what happened whole last week was just cleaning, seeing the broken sprinkler, where the fuck it was at. Oh, apparently they're also were doing quotes on actually destroying that wall too as well. And rebuilding it too. So
oh damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's gonna be even more crazy too because it's literally like right next to me at that point. That's where the wall is that they're gonna be demolishing and then pulling back up again too. So yeah, so that's gonna be a fun thing in the next coming months at this point.
Well, you'll have to keep me posted.
Oh yeah, definitely. I will definitely. That's one thing too. Like I can't send any pictures of how bad it looks because of like I would say technically NDAs, but like because we're contracted companies or we're contracted company.
You can't be leaking information or
schematics. It's very tight lock. But yeah, it's very insane. Like how close the walls are to me, and the fact that like they're thinking about or they're gonna be getting quotes already on it too. But yeah, that was my fun past week as well as stuff too. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else that happened in the past month. The last time we recorded.
No, I think that's a lot like about it.
Yeah, let's see. GTA, Monster Hunter, got flooded. Super Bowl. Let's see. Oh, Eric Allen got into the Hall of Fame, so that's a good thing too as well.
Yep.
DnD, which we can probably talk more about that later too as well. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it at this point from what I can think of.
All right, we'll just edit that little section out. And then we'll...
I mean, I was gonna say we could put it in. We already did our Sasha talk too as well.
Well, now we have to double down.
Fuck it, why not?
My man. Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Skillless Podcast. Be sure to catch us on all of our socials, and we will catch you, looks like in another month.
Hopefully. If not, like we may do a double back-to-back sometime soon. If
we'll let you know.
Yeah.
We'll if we pop up, we pop up, you know.
Oh yeah. But yeah, definitely we're gonna be trying for one episode per month at least, if anything. Maybe lucky with 2, but like deadline's at least 1 per month.
Yep, sounds good. We will catch you later.
See you later.
I'm not my own bed.